What is up, people, and welcome back to my Rags to Riches F1 2010 to 2014 season. This is the career mode where we go from one of the worst teams in F1 2010, try and work our way through the ranks and through the teams, and try and get a drive for one of the best teams in F1 2014. If you've missed any of the previous rounds of the Rags to Riches, just click the little card annotation in the top right hand corner of your screen to go catch up on the playlist. But we are here at round 12, the Hungarian Grand Prix. And if we look at what has happened over the previous couple of rounds and we look at the standings, we are currently in P6, which means that we will be driving for Williams next season. 82 points on the board in a Virgin car, and we are driving on the hardest of difficulties as well. We have got all assists on apart from braking assist, but still driving on the hardest difficulty. 82 points, that is pretty incredible stuff. 2 race wins, a race win in Canada and a race win last time around at the German Grand Prix thanks to a wet race. And we are now trying to catch up to Nico Rosberg for 5th position just to try and solidify that Williams seat for F1 2011. If you remember back to the first Rags to Riches, we got 5 race wins in F1 2011. So we'd be hoping to do something similar this time around in the sequel. But we are now heading over to the Hungarian Grand Prix, a track where I have struggled at over the years in different games on F1 2016 as well. So it may be a bad race for us, just like what happened in Silverstone. We'll have to wait and see as we head over to the Hungarian Grand Prix. Okay, so we've got another performance test to do in today's Hungarian Grand Prix. What do they want me to do? Beat the target time within 7 laps, and it's a 1:40.89. Seems simple enough. Let's see how it goes. Right then, here we go. Starting our lap here in the R&D performance test. We need to be at 1:40.089. Can we do that? We've got a lot of cars right behind us, so hopefully they don't get in our way. But it should be pretty simple to try and beat the target time. I think we're going to have our work cut out for us a little bit more than what we've had in the previous couple of rounds compared to the back markers. I feel like they're a lot quicker around this circuit compared to what we are. But here we are coming down towards the line. A 1:25.752. We've beaten the target time. We've absolutely smashed that. I mean, the target times aren't exactly difficult in this game. But compared to the other AI drivers, the back markers as well, we are 5/10 clear of Bruno Senna, and we've beaten Heikki Kovalainen and Jarno Trulli. So that's pretty decent, but let's head back to the garage and see whereabouts this puts us. So this will put us 19th in the standings. That's not too bad. I mean, we're ahead of the back markers, and we also beat... no, that's it. We're just ahead of the back markers, which, you know, at the end of the day, that's all we can really hope for. Anything else is just a bit of a bonus, which we have had over recent races. Hungary, one of those tracks where I tend to struggle at, so we'd be hoping for maybe some full wet conditions. But without any further ado, let's see what we can do in the one-shot qualifying session. Here we go then, one-shot qualifying for the Hungarian Grand Prix, and the first time for a while we've actually had a nice dry sessions. Right, let's put it up into fast mix. Let's hope that Alguersuari doesn't block us in our path. And down towards turn 1, get the car turned in. Okay, we've completely missed that apex. Not a good start to the lap, but there's a long way left to go. A lot of time still to gain. Let's see what we can do. Ferrari, please don't get in my way. Okay, thank you, Alonso. You've got in my way. Thank you, mate. Okay, I'm going to have to cut. Okay, now we've got an invalid lap time. I mean, I did cut the corner, but at the same time, Alonso, you... Oh, Alonso! Why are you going slower than fast? If you're going to let me through, just let me through. Just let me through. Just let me through. Get out of my way. Get out of the way. Okay, then. Let's try that again. Let's see what we can do this time around. They've all come into the pit, so, you know, they didn't even need to get in my way anyway. But let's start this lap again as there's drivers coming out of the pits for no goddamn reason. Oh, my God. You're going to hold me up, aren't you? No, I'm going to run wide. Even wider than last time. That was rubbish, wasn't it? Don't hold this inside line. Just get out of my way. Get out of the way! Where are you going? Nowhere. That's where. You absolute bellend. Ah. Bloody Rosberg. I mean, this lap has gone from bad to worse anyway, but still. What on earth are you doing, Rosberg? Just get out of my way. It was simple enough. Just slow down, get off the racing line, and get out of my way. No, you couldn't do that. You just couldn't do that, could you? Luckily, this final sector has been pretty good on this lap so far. So maybe we can salvage something in this qualifying session. I'm coming up to another car who's going slowly. Please, just don't hold me up. Do what you like in this session. You know, slow down, whatever. Just get out of my way. Just get out of my way. Hold anybody else up but me. Okay, round the final corner, down towards the line. It's not pole position. What is the time going to be good enough for? 18th place. That's not too bad, despite running straight into the back of Nico Rosberg. We could have possibly maybe had a 16th place or a 15th place, but at the end of the day, 18th, I'll take that. I would take that as circuit where I do struggle. Looking at pole position, that went to Sebastian Vettel, beating Fernando Alonso by 0.4 of a second. Mark Webber in third, Nico Rosberg in fourth. Any surprises in qualifying? Not really, apart from Vitaly Petrov being way down in 16th place, and no surprises there. Lucas Di Grassi, 24th, 4.3 seconds off the pace. Lucas, mate, you are doing terrible in the sister car. You need to step up your game, but that is where we start. 18th position. What can we do from there in the race? Let's find out as we head to the starting grid. It's race day. It is the Hungarian Grand Prix just on the outskirts of Budapest. Right. Let's look at the race strategy for today. Starting on the option tyres, I'm going to change that to starting on the primes. And then we're going to be pitting for the option tyres on about lap 7. Am I right? Lap 9. Okay, we're going to be pitting on lap 9. It's 14 lap race here today. Anything else to talk about? Not really. No chances of rain. So, without any further ado, let's head down to the track and see what we can do in today's race. Sebastian Vettel lines up in pole position for today's race with Fernando Alonso in second. Then it's myself up into 18th place. Not too bad in qualifying, no, pretty decent seeing as we are in a back marker car with Lucas Di Grassi once again right at the back of the field. Right, what can we do from the starting grid? Can we have a lightning quick start like we had at the German Grand Prix? It's lights out and away we go here in Hungary. It's not a lightning quick start. Everybody getting away from us down in towards turn 1. Okay, right, this is not a good start to the race, but hopefully we don't go into the back of anyone. Down in towards the first corner. That's nice and tidy so far. Keep it up the inside, side by side with Hulkenberg. Okay, those guys are gone. We've lost one position. We have lost one position so far in today's race. Oh my god, nearly going up the back of Hulkenberg there. Managed to avoid the Williams driver. Just about as we go through the fast right-hander kink, and they've not gone slowly. I was hoping to go a little bit too slowly through that corner, but it's not quite happened. Right, what are they going to do through the fast left? Okay, we all cut the corner there. I cut the corner a little bit, but Hulkenberg cut the corner too, so I'm not really too guilty about that. Around the outside, though, of Nico, and there we go, getting back our 18th position in today's race. Buemi taking a bit of a strange line. He didn't really need to defend against me in towards that corner, but he did it anyway, as I've sort of overshot that one. Okay, we need to get the S's section right. We need to try and catch up to Buemi. Buemi once again going defensive into another corner, so that's quite interesting to see. The AI drivers like to go defensive on this game. We've definitely noticed that in a few races in the past. If we can just get close enough, we may be able to capitalise on that and go round the outside into a fair few corners. But unfortunately, we just sort of lose out on the fast corners and gain in the slow ones. It's a little bit frustrating, but hopefully we can do something later on in the lap. Oh, braking very, very late in towards turn 1. Nearly colliding with the Toro Rosso of Buemi. Luckily, just staying out of the gearbox, but unfortunately losing once again a bit of time. Oh no, that's not good. We've got to stop making mistakes in this lap because it's allowing Buemi just to get away from us. What I say, and what do I go and do? I go and make another mistake. Come on, Hayden! You know how to drive this circuit. Stop making ruddy mistakes. We got a great lap in qualifying. Why can't we do that now? Okay, quite a few drivers into the pits right now, so that's going to bump us up a fair few positions up into P14 in today's race. That's not too bad. Buemi looks like he's all out on his own now. As are we going to make turn 1? No, we still can't make turn 1 properly. And Hulkenberg is right on my gearbox. That's not good news. Okay, then more drivers coming into the pits here on lap 5 now. So that's going to bump us up into P11. Just about getting ahead of that driver there. Right, how early do we have to brake into this corner? Hey, there we go. Finally making turn 1. Looks like just before the 150-meter board. Right, up into P11. Just outside the points right now. Can we get points in today's race? I don't think so. But we're going to try our best. We're going to see what we can do. Right then, more drivers into the pits at the end of lap 5, start of lap 6. Whereabouts is this going to put us? We've got a driver coming out the pit lane now. Braking down towards the 100-meter board. Okay, we've completely squeezed out Schumacher. I put him into a spin. Okay, I'm really, really sorry about that. All of you are probably going to be raging in the comments right now. Just like, you're so dirty. That's disgusting. I know, alright? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I thought he was behind me. The arrows on this system are a little bit different to the arrows on 2016, okay? I don't actually know how close or whether he is alongside me or not. Unfortunately, this time around he was. And, yeah, I may have bumped him off the track. Little bit disappointed in that. But I'm up to P4. I mean, if you want to think about positives, looking at my race, I'm up into P4, so we can focus on that. Okay, another driver exiting the pit lane at the moment. Not too sure who this is, but I think they are going to stay out ahead of me. It's Lotus. Lotus in the Force India is in a net 3rd position. He could even be higher than that. Wow, Lotus is doing incredible stuff in this race at the moment. So looks like the prime tyre runners, it works for them. If you stay out longer than everybody else, the overcut works somehow. So Lotus up into P3. That's pretty incredible right now. The fact that Lewis Hamilton hasn't been able to go for the overtake or even been close enough to challenge for my position kind of suggests that I've not been doing too badly on this set of prime tyres in this stint. So, looks like we're doing okay. I mean, the 3 leaders, yeah, alright, they've shot off. But, for the rest of the drivers, we're not doing too badly. I mean, as we come into the pits now, let's foot down into the pit lane. We're going to get overtaken. Yes, that's not too bad. But, whereabouts are we going to come out of the pit stop phase? You don't have to worry about anybody behind us holding us up, because it looks like we are the only guy coming into pits on this lap. 4 laps left to go. We're going to come out in what looks like 19th position. That's a little bit disappointing. However, I believe there are a few more drivers left to come into the pits. So we got Mark Webber at the moment down into 18th position. So this could be a case of like Bahrain, where we were hunting down Mark Webber at the end of that race. Can we do that here today? Let's wait and see. Like I said, a few more drivers should be coming into pits, and there they go. So that's going to put us up quite a few positions, in fact, up into P15. So if anybody else decides to come into pits on the next couple of laps, then we could possibly have a chance of getting points. But we're coming up to Karun Chandok. That would be a good driver to overtake. We need to try and get Karun, because we do want to be the best of the back markers in every single race that we attempt. Okay, we've got another driver into the pits. That's going to put me up into P14 now. So can we get Karun Chandok, though? We're right on his gearbox at the moment. We've got a really, really decent chance of getting the HRT driver. Just need to make sure we don't make any mistakes. Here we go then, closing up to the back of Karun as we go in towards the chicane now. What can we do to try and overtake the HRT driver? We've got a few laps left to go, so we have got a lot of chances to try and get past the HRT. But I'd like to get it done sooner rather than later. Then we'll see whether we can hunt down any points positions. And I've got a great line through that corner compared to Karun. Where's he going to go? Is he going to go defensive? Yes, he is. Brake at the 100-meter board around the outside, giving the room on the inside line. And there we go. Right, it's a lot cleaner than we have been recently in this race. I mean, we had that collision with Michael Schumacher. I take the full credit for that mistake. I took him off the track by accident, you know, but at the end of the day, I shouldn't have squeezed him out on the inside. Didn't really know he was there. But we made it up by making a clean overtake on Karun Chandok. And we're up next is actually Michael Schumacher, so he's not doing too badly. He's up into P12 at the moment. Oh, big mistake there as I run wide into the penultimate corner. But it's not enough for Karun Chandok to go for the overtake, so that's pretty decent. Don't want to hit that wall there, as I have been known to do in the past. I'm pretty sure I did that last time around in the 2010 season on the original Rags to Riches. Not 100% sure, so let me know in the comments down below if I actually did do that, if you remember. But I think I did that, as the tyre wear is not looking good on this final lap. It's currently red, so we are getting close to puncturing the tyres, but I think they should last. I mean, fingers crossed these tyres last till the end of the race, otherwise this is going to be heartbreaking. Fernando Alonso then wins today's Hungarian Grand Prix. What a result there for the Ferrari driver as he tries to mount a challenge for the championship once again. All 4 of our tyres now are red. Will they last this final couple of corners of this lap? We're still ahead of Karun Chandok. We didn't catch up to Michael Schumacher in the end. 10 seconds is the gap, so we actually got further away. But last couple of corners now. Come on. Come on, tyres. Just last. One more corner left to go. P13, not the best of results, but, you know, it's a lot better than we could have had. We were way down the field in 18th place, but 13th place, I'll take that. At a track where I do struggle at, 13th place is a really, really decent result for us today. And we're just sort of showing our dominance compared to the back markers around us. Just hoping now that there weren't any back markers further up the field. And no, there wasn't. Okay, that's good. Lotus, though, up in B3. And Nico Rosberg had to go and get second place, didn't he? The guy who we're trying to challenge, we're trying to catch up to in the championship, had to go and get 18 points for today. So once again, after closing down the gap to only 4 points, it's going to shoot up again to 22. Absolutely amazing. But Fernando Alonso, he is today's race winner with Nico Rosberg in second. Luizzi once again getting a podium. So what a result there for the Force India driver. Lewis Hamilton finishes in 4th. Sebastian Vettel 5th. Jenson Button 6th. Massa in 7th. De La Rosa in 8th. Kubica in 9th. And Kamui Kobayashi in 10th, with Sutil, one of our championship rivals, just missing out on the points. Schumacher in 12th, and there we are in 13th position. The best of the back markers in today's race, with Lucas Di Grassi not being last, finishing in 12th place. So that's not too bad there for my teammate. But we'll be hoping for better from him, as I would like him to score some points and help me out in the championship. Let's have a look at how this affects us in the Drivers' Championship. We hold on to 6th place for the moment, but the gap to Jenson Button is now only 8 points. So we do need to try and increase that in the up-and-coming Grand Prix. Unfortunately, we've lost out to Nico Rosberg. The gap to him is now 22 points. But Fernando Alonso is even further. I mean, at the moment, 6th place and 5th place, there's no difference. It just means that we get a Williams seat. So the gap really that we're focusing on now is Fernando Alonso, trying to catch up to him. But I don't think that is going to be able to happen at the moment. So let's have a look at the constructors standings. And we are currently on 84 points, still in 6th place, as Force India seem to have closed up the gap to 11 points at this stage of the season. But that's it for today's Hungarian Grand Prix. Let's head back to the menus. Okay then, interview time. Did you meet the team's expectations? I mean, you would have to ask them, because I don't actually know what the expectations of the team were, but I think they're pretty happy. I mean, 13th place in the race, 18th place in qualifying. I think they're pretty happy with where we were. Are you happy with how the races have gone so far? I mean, yeah, we are. They're not going exactly to plan. They're going better to plan. We are well ahead of where we expected to be. So at the moment, the best one to think of are things are going well. I mean, they are. We've got 2 race wins in a car that the best result we should probably get in a season is maybe about 15th place. So yeah, things are definitely going well so far. Who do you see as your main rival? Okay, so this is the big one. Who do we see as our main rival? Okay, right. So we've got Rosberg just ahead of us, Mark Webber in 4th, and Fernando Alonso in 3rd. I mean, we hardly battle with any of these drivers out on track. It's only a rare occasion when we are actually way up the field. So in terms of positions for where we drive next season, it's really can only be 3rd place at the moment, and that's Fernando Alonso, because he is in 3rd. So that's the guy that we're going to choose, Fernando Alonso. And we always like to choose the best rival to go up against for the rest of the season. So let's choose Fernando Alonso as our rival. So that is it for today's race. Let's have a look at the race standings just before we go into the outro. Let's have a look at the race standings. So 82 points on board, still in 6th place, still a Williams seat, and Jenson Button just behind us, 8 points behind. So we do need to be a little bit wary of where JB is in the next couple of races, and hopefully try and catch up to Nico Rosberg, Mark Webber and Fernando Alonso, and see whether we can get a Force India seat for F1 2011. But that's it for today's race. If you have enjoyed the episode, don't forget to smash a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and don't forget to share this video with your friends. But I'll see you next time at the Belgian Grand Prix, one of my favourite circuits on the whole entire F1 calendar. But until then, it's goodbye from me.